Of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai is still with us, sharing the perspectives of the Progressive Governance Forum on what restructuring would mean. Governor, there are a number of people who believe that this talk, all of this talk around restructuring, will die down if the agitations die down. Do you believe that?
No, I don't believe that. I think that the fiscal challenges faced by the states, okay, and the need to review the balance of responsibilities, resources and power between the states and the federal government on the one hand, and the fact that, for the first time in a long time, we have a federal government that has its top leadership having experience as both state governors or state commissioners or state level officials in a previous life, and now at the federal level. So they understand, if you speak to Governor Fashola, for instance, he understands the frustrations of trying to get the federal government to just hands off an important federal road in your state so that the state government can fix it. And this is why it was easier for Kaduna State government to get two important federal roads that run through Kaduna City to be handed over to us. Okay? A person that has never been state governor will not understand such imperatives. But we are lucky. President Buhari's government has a high number of former governors, former state commissioners that are now ministers and senior advisors. So they understand how important it is to change this balance, to be less unitary and move towards real federalism. Because I have written this before and I'll say it again. Yes, 7, 8 years ago, I wrote that Nigeria is a federation without federalism. But and we all recognize that, both state governors and the highest officials at the federal level. So I think this is an important conversation, again driven by the fiscal challenges that the states face. So this pressure is not going to go away. So
Malam, what do you think of the initial dismissal? Because I think the current Minister for Information, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, was asked about the federal government's plan for restructuring, especially in line with the APC manifesto, and he said that that was not their immediate priority.
No, you see, as I said, it is because for many people, the talk about restructuring is political opportunism. Okay? Most of what you see in the media, most of the people that talk about restructuring or give long lectures about restructuring are unable to give you any concrete ideas about what it really means.
Would that be fair, especially when we look at the fact that there was a because these agitations have been on for quite a while, leading to a 2014 confab, which the APC did not participate in, and which eventually said it was going to discard. As a result of that. I mean, so I think it was a former SGF who said there was just job for the boys. They were not going to look at it. But people are saying we have been consistent on this call for restructuring for a long time. It led to this confab, and now, even though you had it on your manifesto, your party was saying they were going to jettison it.
We never believed in the confab. We believe it was just a jamboree. We didn't participate. Our position has not changed. We are not going to look at the 2014 confab report because we do not think it even reflects the diversity of views in Nigeria.
What about the National Assembly? Now the National Assembly is asking that the executive make a bill out of that 2014 confab and send it to it, particularly the Senate.
That is not likely to happen. The position of the APC has not changed. As I said, a lot of the talk about restructuring is political opportunism and irresponsibility, in my opinion. It is popular, and people that have presidential aspirations think there is a platform upon which they will exploit this. As I said, if you look at the APC manifesto, all the elements to devolve power to the states, to change the balance in the federation are there, and we are committed to that as a party, and the national chairman of our party will restate that commitment. And we are discussing it, and as I said, President Buhari and Acting President Osinbajo's government has taken very concrete steps, rather than rhetoric, to actually move in that direction, and we are going to move in that direction. But we do not believe that the basis for it is rhetoric and opportunism. We do not believe that the 2014 Confab report is a sensible basis to even begin. And this is why my brother, Minister Lai Mohammed, did what he did. Look, we all know the circumstances in which the so-called Confab was put together. We all know the composition, how lopsided it was, how important stakeholders were not taken into account, how even the composition and numbers do not reflect the demographics and the diversity of this country. And we took a position as a party even then not to participate, but encourage our state governors at the level of the state government to be there at the table. And our position has not changed, no matter what the Senate thinks, or the position of the party in that has not changed.
Well, so how do you intend to proceed then? I mean, since you say you believe in restructuring, how do we think that this is eventually going to come to pass? Wouldn't you need the help of the National Assembly?
We will need the help of the National Assembly, as I said. The first step is to look at the exclusive list. The second step is to move on to defining concrete steps. And then the third, to even look at the allocation of responsibilities. The first and the third steps require legislation and constitutional amendment. So we will do that, but it is not unilateral. And it is within the manifesto of the APC, and it requires being well thought out, not rhetoric and political opportunism. This is where many of our politicians get it wrong. They think that you can be irresponsible today and correct it tomorrow once you get headlines. The national governance is more serious than that.
Well, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, we have to thank you very much for coming on Sunrise Daily. I've been speaking with Malam Nasir El-Rufai, Governor of Kaduna State, and he's been sharing some of the perspective of the Progressive Governors Forum.